So, Halloween was 2 weeks ago, and I spent the night watching the director's cut of one of my favorite movies, Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors is a 1986 horror comedy musical based on an off-Broadway stage musical of the same name, which was in fact based on a 1960s dark comedy directed by cult favorite Roger Corman.
The 1986 version is directed by Frank Oz, who is best known for his work on The Muppets and other projects involving their creator Jim Henson. Little Shop of Horrors is his first effort as a director that didn't involve the Muppets, but it still involves a big-ass talking puppet.
The movie is about a poor slob named Seymour who works in a flower shop, played by Rick Moranis, who one day finds a talking fly trap that feeds on human blood. The fly trap eventually gets so large that it starts pressuring Seymour into murdering people so he can get the amounts of blood it requires to live.
Now you're probably wondering how this movie is a comedy. Well, it just is. Little Shop of Horrors is full of so much pitch-black humor, it is unreal. There's funny dialogue, there's funny characters, funny set pieces. One of the funniest scenes in the movie involves Steve Martin's character, who's a sadistic dentist, and his patient, played by Bill Murray. It is freaking hysterical. And it's also a musical.
The original songs in the movie are all written by legendary lyricist Alan Menken, who would later become recognized for writing the iconic tunes for 80s and 90s Disney's classics like The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and Beauty and the Beast. And the songs in Little Shop of Horrors are just as memorable and sensational as the ones he would later write for Disney.
Now, I've seen the theatrical version at least twice in my life. This is my first time seeing the director's cut. And after watching it, the differences between the two is actually pretty huge.
When the movie was set to be released, test audiences responded poorly to the ending Frank Oz originally gave it, even though it was the exact same ending that the play it was based on had. So he decided to reshoot the entire ending, giving the film a happy conclusion instead of the tragic and somewhat ambiguous ending that he intended.
My reasoning why test audiences didn't like the version Frank Oz intended was because they weren't familiar with the original play, or they were just a bunch of assholes who think every movie they watch has to have a happily ever after.
Regardless of which version you decide to see, Little Shop of Horrors is a terrific movie. It's hilarious, it's charming, the music is great, and the way they make the plant move, sing, and talk make this one of the most unique things you will ever watch.
Thank you so much for watching. I'm planning more reviews soon. Till then, I'm Logan D. McCoy, and this is Real McCoy Reviews.
Every household in America, that's what you had in mind all along, isn't it?
No shit, Sherlock.